Okay, let's start an ironclad run. Another try indeed. Nail's Lament, not super useful for ironclad. Max HP 7, also not super useful. We cannot assassinate a Mega Elite, but we could snipe this guy. We could go on this path. I guess that also works for sniping this guy. But we'd be going to 2 shops, and that's bad. I guess we could go to 2 fights and then, like, hope that these 2 question marks don't contain a fight. Honestly, like, Nia's Lament is not really super necessary for ironclads. We're probably just picking 7 max HP. Just discussing the snipe options for completeness sake. Seems like we might want to go fight these 2, because that's the only way to get 3 elites in the act. Get a bonus fire here and here, which is nice. We do have to fight 4 fights first, or go to an early shop. I think I like 4 fights and then an elite. I think we can probably handle that. Especially with the extra health. Right? I think that's the plan. Yeah, snipe is way worse on ironclad, because ironclad, like, since you're healing for 6 per fight, you can have turns like this where we're taking 7 to Jawworm, and it's like we still only take net 1 on the fight, if that's the only damage we take. Yeah, exactly. We saturate the value from Nail's Lament really quickly. Or we saturate the burning blood value. We don't have lethal, so I will block. Looks like we are taking some fairly significant damage this fight, but should win this turn. Looks like we're not. Oh, we are. Okay. Regen pot should heal us right back up. Armaments is good if we're doing like Searing Blow stuff. Seeing Red is kinda okay. We need some damage though, and I guess Iron Wave's gonna be it. Iron Wave's pretty friggin' good at Act 1 elites for Ironclad. It blocks against Gremlin Knob, which is hard to do. It does scale down really quickly against Lagavulin, but it's a defend against sentries. Okay, Strike Iron Wave can kill you perfectly efficiently. 6 into the Spike Slime. Ye olde Spike Slime. Let's try and retain our health here. Take 4, try to heal and fight. We're just gonna need a couple of strikes next turn to finish him off. Okay. Flux, Fire Breathing, and True Grit are here. What do we think about Fire Breathing? It utterly dunks on sentries, who are the ones who killed us last time. We're up against Guardian, and he's the only one who doesn't shuffle any curses into your deck. You get Slimes from the Slime Boss and Burns from Hexaghost. But I think I still like Fire Breathing. Let me do an exercise real quick while I think about this. Oh, there's a ladybug on the floor. Wait, it's not ladybug. There we go. Some sort of beetle. I kind of like Flex too. Irony appreciated. Oh, I get it. It's a beetle. True Grit, I don't think it's pickable right now. The problem with Fire Breathing is it does nothing a lot of the time. And it, like, really distorts our future card picks quite a bit. But it, like, makes an Evolve better, and Evolve's already something we're probably going to want. I've never had a ton of success with Fire Breathing. Let's give it a shot. Cultist. No damage on turn 1. That's bad. You might want to think about trying to spend a potion in this fight. Seems like now would be the time for an energy pot. Bash double strike. Okay. I'm taking net 1, freed up a potion slot. Yeah, so Wild Strike is really good because it shuffles in a wound, and then we get Fire Breathing, the Evolve synergies. Flame Barrier also really good. I think we're gonna have to skip the Flame Barrier. Wow, you have Fire Breathing in all your winning decks. I don't think I've ever won with a Fire Breathing in the deck. That might not be true, but I think it's directionally accurate. I don't think the Fire Breathing has ever been important. Fire Breathing when you don't have any synergy is weird because it's like it's mitigation. It's like the monsters are trying to mess you up, and you're using the way that they mess you up to mess them up. It is basically an auto-win on Sentries. I think I take the Wild Strike. Does a lot of damage. Interesting. There's no shops, so I guess I'll skip this. Unfortunately. First hard pool fight. Split him, start on the Funky Beast. We can bash Wild Strike the Fungi Beast to death. But I think I'd prefer to Iron Wave defend. Take 1. Okay. Immolate is pretty much an auto pick. What is the deal? 2 uncommons and a rare here? Immolate helps our fire breathing. It's also one of the best cards in the game. Yeah, I'm gonna stop talking and start picking Immolate. Okay. And don't forget that your curse makes fire breathing better too. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I pretty much only play on Ascension 20, so I don't think about making things better. Because I've had that curse since what, Ascension 10? Yeah. Looks like an old friend. Let's see, so Immolate's gonna do 21, so if we can do 20 damage to Sentry over 2 turns, then that would be good. Bash Iron Wave does 13. Oh, the doubt from the whatchamacallit, the Serpent event. That's fair. If we get Immolate Wild Strike, we could kill him next turn. Seems like a bit of a hope. We might be using Liquid Memories on Immolate. We can just like Immolate, like double Immolate next turn potentially. So I think we're gonna defend Iron Wave Strike. Alright, we didn't get it. So I think we just fire breathing, defend, and then strike this middle one, and we're gonna do the Liquid Memories Immolate thing next turn. Yeah, 15. This run is going okay. It's a little bit rough because this is the 3rd run of the day already. Offering, Entrench, and Disarm. Wow. Offering and Disarm are both top tier. Really good stuff. Yeah, I'm aware of how Wildstar works. But you use your potions a lot more freely than other people. So you have to use potions because you get more potions. Right? Like if you don't use your potions, then you're wasting a really valuable resource. Because at the end of that fight, I would have had to just throw away that skill pot if I didn't use the liquid memories. Our boss is Guardian. Offering these is really good. It's particularly good in the presence of a regen pot, because we can get the health back. We have kind of a card draw based archetype where we're putting wounds and then trying to draw them. So I can see offering helping with that. Disarm is just such a card though. Disarm is like, it's amazing. It's good against Book of Stabbing, it's good against Gremlin Leader, it's good against the Heart, it's good against whoever our Act 2 boss is, most likely. It's really only like who is Disarm not good against? Is really the question. I think I'm just gonna take Disarm. How many copies of Disarm would I take? Giant Head, that's a good point. There are fights where it's bad. I think we want to upgrade the Firebrand. Wait, Immolate gets 7 extra damage. It seems like the 7 extra damage from Immolate is going to happen a lot faster than the 3 extra damage from Fire Breathing is going to proc a 3rd time. Okay. Oof. I think we can drink the regen pot. It seems like we're going to get smacked around a little bit if our starting hand is this many defends. Are we doing both of these elites? I think we probably are. I think we're probably jumping here. Okay. Disarm is terrible in this fight. Alright, I think it's just Fire Breathing Double Strike. How many upfront damage cards do you feel enough for Act 1? Probably 3. Sort of my happy place. We can't bash and immolate. I guess it's going to be immolate strike then. Maybe we're supposed to skill pot there. If we skill pot, we get vulnerable sometimes. We get like shockwave. How many skill pots do damage? We only need. I guess we need 7 damage. It's quite a bit. Vulnerable wouldn't do it now. It's only 3 damage now. Alright, I think we just take damage. That's my regen pot tick, too. Very important. Blue Candle. Battle Trance, Sword Boomerang, Pommel Strike are the options. The one thing that's been getting me is getting the balance just right. Yep, that's the game. I mean, it's a deck builder, right? So you got to think a lot about the like densities of stuff. So if you end up with a larger deck than normal, maybe you need more damage. Yeah, got some real stinkers here. Wing Boots, Blue Candle. Neither of those is doing anything. Wait. Sir, I don't know. Are you saying Bag of Prep is the best relic in the game? I'm so confused. Sword Boomerang some damage. I'm not too worried about damage with the Immolate and the Wild Strike. That's a lot of damage. Got Iron Wave 2 technically. We just take Battle Trance. Battle Trance is usually pretty good for Ironclad decks. It's especially good here because we're trying to draw cards to do damage to people. Alright, we gotta click the one in front of us. War Paint. Okay, get on in here. Find some potions. Oh my goodness. Finding a fruit juice on the floor. Amazing. If we really wanted to jam that Wing Boots, we could go to this fire, and then this elite, and then this fire, and then that elite. Oh my god, orange pellets. You can't possibly like orange pellets too much. I think the thing that you've said is it's not something that you can do. Because it's just really good. Snecko Eye is good. I mean, it kind of feels unfair to compare boss relics to other relics, so I feel like the best relic in the game is probably Runic Pyramid. But then if you're not talking about boss relics, I think I like Fossilized Helix quite a bit. Pocket Watch. Yeah, but then orange, okay, so it's kind of like boss relics are expected to be the best, and then rare relics, and then shop relics, and then other relics, basically. Orange pellets, duality fasting, yeah, that's really fun. Orange pellets in anything is fun. Do we just use all the wing boots right now? I guess I could just fly over here, rest, and then fight that elite, and not try and do all this crazy stuff. I could just go here and then fire elite. Saves us 1 wing boots charge, gets some upgrades. Yeah, Sir Artemis on the right track. Yep, it's all contextual. Okay, I think we fight this hallway fight, and then if it goes really badly, we can do fire elite. Immolate seems good here. Boop. Alright, well, I was worried about that fight going poorly. That fight went about as well as you could possibly imagine a fight going. I have considered doing a stream where I just rate every single card in the game. And put them all in order. Be fun. It's kind of pointless though, because as soon as you make any decision in a run, then they basically shuffle, right? Cards at the top are still generally good. Cards at the bottom are still generally bad, but here's an idea. What if we pick Searing Blow, and then upgrade it twice, and then fight this elite, and then upgrade it again? We'd end up with a Searing Blow +3 at the end of Act 1. It's not amazing. I don't think we need it though. We have Immolate Wild Strike. We've got damage. We don't need it with Stream Blow. So I think we just skip all of these. And Clothesline. Nah. Okay, that went well, so I think we're fighting the elite. Sentries again. A lot of sentries today. How many upgrades until Searing Blow can deal with Act 2 bosses? I mean, depends, right? It kind of can deal with Act 2 bosses with no upgrades if you have a really good rest of the deck. Okay. Oh, Iron Wave, that's better than Defend. Okay, sure. You. I was planning on just defending. I don't have to. Alright, Fire Breathing is really good in this fight. Man, I kind of want to skip Fire Breathing. That's totally irresponsible though, right? Yeah, that's irresponsible. Okay, so I play Fire Breathing. I guess let's see what's in the skill pot. Because maybe I can block for 10 with that. Oh. Okay, so we're gonna Battle Trance, get the Wounding Strike, and then we're gonna Fire Breathing, Wounding Strike, defend. Right, so we only take 2. Bronze scales versus automaton. You're arguing that Bag of Prep never makes your deck worse, but you could easily construe a situation where Bag of Prep makes your deck worse, right? I mean, I guess any situation where Bag of Prep makes your deck worse is a situation where you're already dead, so maybe it doesn't matter. If I were going to rate everything, it would be from the context of a floor 0 Niao reward. Because I think you can get literally any individual card or relic from Niao. Because you can get a common relic. I guess you can, actually, can you not get uncommon relics from Niao? I know you can get commons and rares, but I think you can't get uncommons. Is that true? I smoke. You tend to pick even without any powers, since all classes have useful powers, and some are completely busted without their inherent debuff. I don't understand what you're talking about, unfortunately. Right, it's not hard at all to imagine Bag of Prep not doing anything, right? Like, particularly if you have Snecko Eye, it's pretty easy to overdraw on turn 1. Oh, Orange Pellets. Yeah. I think Orange Pellets, like, for almost every class, Orange Pellets is, like, pretty much an auto-take. The only class that doesn't do much with it is Silent. It's a little bit hard for Silent to make use out of Orange Pellets. But, like, Orange Pellets is so good against specifically the Heart that, like, it's never a mistake, right? You can just purge Vulnerable against the Heart, and then, like, no matter how much gold it cost you, it was worth it. I think we don't need any of these. I don't think any of these are particularly helpful. Probably Ghostly Armor is the top of the list. We haven't picked any defensive cards yet. Actually, yeah, I'm going to pick a Ghostly Armor. Because we're about to fight Guardian. Could be useful. I think we're going here and upgrading something. Probably Disarm. Okay. We're gonna go fight that elite, right? Are we ever dying to that elite? Is it like... Because it could be Grimonob or Lagavulin. Disarm upgrade is really only good against Lagavulin. I think we're fine in both fights, though. So we'll just worry about later. Right, it is Grimonob. Okay, all strikes on turn 1. A little bit concerned about what's going to happen on turn 2. Oh, Emily Wild Strike. Those are good cards. Do we Elixir these? Elixir is not something I get a lot of value out of, in general. And I would like to not redraw any of these. So I think I will Elixir them. Bash Iron Wave seems good. Hopefully get lethal next turn. Block for 5. Oh, I don't have to hope because I could have seen what the cards were at Drat. I've done something stupid. Do we like Speed Pot Mega Defend here? Let's see, so if we Ghostly Armor, defend, we block for 10, 18, 23, and he hits for like 12 extra. Yeah, I think we do. Okay. Blocking out Grimonob. Okay. Burning Pact helps us get rid of the statuses that we've generated for ourselves and draw the new statuses. It's a lot of card draw with Burning Trance. Or Battle Trance. I think it's probably good, though. rest or smith? I think we'll smith the fire breathing here. We've got a block pot, so we should be okay. Fire breathing eventually wins the fight for us, right? The best way to rate relics would be doing for specific classes and class archetypes. But if I did a class archetype-based analysis, then I would be buying into what I think is a fairly harmful lie, right? That you can just pick cards from an archetype list and use that to win. We need the Ghostly Arm and the Defend, and I think the block bot here. So let's play all of those cards. And Iron Wave blocks for 5 or Fire Breathing. Let's play Fire Breathing. What is a good way to use Fiend Fire? Targeting enemies. Fiend Fire is so good that it's almost good in every single possible context. So I don't think you can mess up Fiend Fire too badly. Yeah, I mean, archetypes, it's not, so by saying that archetypes are supporting a lie, I don't mean that cards don't synergize with each other. They do, right? Like, if you have a bunch of poison, you should pick Catalyst, right? If you don't have any poison, you shouldn't pick Catalyst, right? I'm not ignoring the fact that cards work together. What I am saying is that people get caught into this trap where it's like, okay, I have corruption, so I need to go find Dead Branch, right? I need to bend myself out of shape to give myself the maximum chance of finding Dead Branch, right? I need to get 400 gold and then hit every shop, right? But in reality, that's not what you should be doing. You should. I guess there are better examples, right? There's if you pick a claw, people are like, okay, so now I need to pick 5 claws, right? The way that I'm killing things is I pick 5 claws, and every once in a while, you'll find yourself in a deck where it's okay, I have 3 claws, but I could use a 4th one, right? Every once in a while that happens. But most of the time, if you already have a claw or 2, you probably don't want another one, despite the fact that they self-synergize really well. You want cards that can block and cards that help you solve hallway fights, right? Because claws scale up and do crazy damage against bosses, but you need a little bit of this and a little bit of that. You can't just pick claws. And I feel when you start evaluating cards based on archetypes, you basically start assuming okay, so let's evaluate all for one, assuming that you already have 5 claws in the deck, right? And it's well, wait, you probably shouldn't have 5 claws in the deck. Alright, so Immolate splits him, Disarmament makes us take way less damage. Cards are way too complicated to rate. Oh, you sweet summer child. Okay, I think I'm willing to take 4 damage to develop a Wild Strike and a Wound. Am I? I'm at 13. Maybe that's unwise. Yeah, I think that's sufficiently unwise that I'm not going to do it. Okay. Do we exhaust the burn, or do we keep the burn so that it keeps doing fire-breathing stuff? How many burns do we want in the deck? Is it 0? Is it some non-zero number? I think that it's 0. Iron Wave does less damage than Strike. Oh wait, Iron Wave blocks for 2 health. Done. I had 6 claws and 3 Seek Plus, but it was an Unceasing Top Ice Cream deck. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you can get away with it, right? For sure. If you have Unceasing Top and your entire deck costs 0, it doesn't really matter if you pick the claws or not, right? You're done. We have to play Ghostly Armor or it goes away. So I think we'll play Bash Ghostly Armor. How did you have an amazing claw deck with 0 claws in it? You're talking nonsense. Wild Strike does a ton of damage through the armor. Clawbacks with Sneko Eye are actually pretty good, mostly because of All for One, and sometimes because of Hologram. If you have a Sneko Eye deck and you have 6 copies of Hologram, you're gonna generate infinite block at some point, right? Like, Sneko Eye is very odd in defect. Let's do this and this, and if we do Immolate, we take 1 damage, but we do 28 to him, and we develop a burn. Okay. It's true, but now we're trying to call decks by their names, right? And that's the whole thing I'm trying to avoid. It's like, it's not an all-for-one deck or a claw deck. It's a deck that has an all-for-one and a claw in it, right? There's no meaning to it being an all-for-one deck or a claw deck. I think we don't want wounds to stick around for the same reason as before, and Immolate is lethal. Alright, we got there. Tempest for 32. That'll do it. Scrape is bad. I think Scrape is a trap card that's good in almost no contexts. I think that in order to construct a context in which Scrape is good, you end up constructing a context in which Scrape is bad. So like, Scrape is best if your entire deck costs 0, but if your deck costs 0, then like how do you spend your energy? And it's like, okay, I spend my energy on Scrape, and it's like, okay, you spend your energy on Scrape, but like, how do you draw back to your Scrape? And it's like, well, I have Unceasing Tap, and it's like, okay, great, now remove Scrape from your deck. You don't need it. You're doing the thing another way. Yeah. So unfortunately, I think Scrape is almost never good. Maybe for shuffling in some context, maybe if you have like a 7-card deck with like, shoot, I always forget the name of that relic. Sundial, then Scrape, sure. Frozen Eye makes Scrape a lot better, that's fair. But like I watched Baylor Lord do a claw deck where he had Frozen Eye and Scrape, and it was still bad, and he was like, what is happening? But it did draw 4 cards for him sometimes. We have Demon Form, a Feed, and an Exhume available, which is a really big power spike. No matter which one of these cards we pick. Probably not going to be the Exhume. I think it's probably not going to be the Feed either, because it's hard for us to control when a fight ends if we're playing Fire Breathing. I guess the problem with Demon Form is that Fire Breathing does not strength scale. But I think that Demon Form is so good that I don't care. Okay, good talk. Alright, Sacred Bark, Ectoplasm, and Cursed Key. I think Ectoplasm is right out. Don't need that. Cursed Key is almost certainly the pick. We have Blue Candle, and we have Fire Breathing. So we have some Curse Synergy. We need 4 energy. Ectoplasm is out, so the only 4 energy option is Cursed Key. We don't have any White Beast statue. Honestly, I think I would pick Cursed Key even if I had White Beast statue here. I really, really want 4 energy, and I don't care that much about curses. This is one of the best Cursed Keys I've ever picked. Okay, we have 417 gold, so we should probably go to a shop. We have Cursed Key, so it would be nice to go to a shop after the split. Not necessary because of the Blue Candle. So I guess we'll just go to an early shop and then hope that maybe there's a question mark shop later. We have Wing Boots, so we need to try and figure out our pathing with that in mind. I think we're going to start with this question mark shop shenanigans and see what we feel like later. I don't see any strong reason why we wouldn't want to go on that path, but I imagine we'll probably like come up with some reason. We can get 3 elites if we want. We can get 3 fires if we want. Lots of options. Another fight where disarm is not particularly good. Battle trance first. Immolate's happening, Wild Strike is happening, and I guess Strike? Scrape is a card I add if I want deck juggling and getting back cards that I used. Yeah, I think Scrape is almost always terrible. Okay, I guess strikes. Look at Demon Form. 18 damage versus Demon Form sounds like 18 damage, but maybe it's not. Thoughts on Bludgeon? Bludgeon's great. Bludgeon is most useful in Act 1, particularly if you can get it as like a Meow reward. Bludgeon solves a lot of problems. It's good with Necronomicon. It's never going to give you the like scaling to damage cap the heart super easily, but it's solid. Demon Form absolutely does not need to be in play for 9 turns to get 18 damage. Demon Form needs to be in play for 9 turns to get 18 damage from a single strength proc. But presumably we're attacking more than once for the rest of the fight. Yeah, so I think like after... So on the first turn we have 2 strength and then we have 4 strength. If we do like 2 attacks per turn, then it's paying off like 4 and then 8. That's 12. So it would take 3 turns-ish to pay off. Oh, no, you don't have to apologize. Just you just weren't right. That's fine. I think I am a Lady Uniform. We also don't have to redraw it if we play it. We have 4 energy, so we'll play all the cards. How about that? Except for Ascender's Bane. You can go ahead and exhaust yourself. How do you rate Turbo? I love Turbo. I think I have maybe a bit of a soft spot for Turbo. But I do love it. We need lethal here. Do we have it? Yes, we do. Okay. Ooh, feel no pain. It's funny that you say "in the wrong," because for me, the phrase "in the wrong" doesn't mean that you like said something that was factually wrong. Being in the wrong means that like you did something wrong. Okay, so if you like go shoot somebody in an unjustified way, not like in a war or law enforcement context, then you're in the wrong, right? But if you like get a math problem wrong, then you tried hard, you made an earnest effort, you just got the wrong answer. But being in the wrong is like a social concept, whereas like being factually wrong is like a academic concept. Unclean! Not correct, that's fair. Yeah, I mean, I think more fitting is an appropriate way of putting that. They're both, I think they both mean that thing in this context. How do I justify picking Feel No Pain? We have a Burning Pact. We have a Disarm. Ghost Slayer sometimes exhausts itself. It's not particularly a good thing when that happens. We're in Act 2. We're about to go to a shop. We get apparitions or something. I don't need to justify anything. I'm picking Feel No Pain. You can't stop me. We're tri-softing. It's fine. Okay. We have bronze scales, so I think we're expecting that to do most of the damage this fight. Let's play Demon Form and defend. I do love bronze scales in this fight, but as a game developer, it irks me a little bit how it makes their attacks go super slow. It's like da 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 rather than like ba da 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 da. I kind of wish it had the original pacing and then just did a ton of damage. Like, that'd be fun. If we're gonna play both Burning Pact and Battle Trance, we want to play Burning Pact first. We definitely want to play Battle Trance this turn. Do we want to play both? What do you think are good ways to scale as Ironclad? Every run, I don't see strength scaling or do block stuff. I fail towards the end. Yeah, I think generally you want to have either Feel No Pain style scaling or like Demon Form style scaling. And like Demon Form style scaling includes like limit breaks and stuff, and like sword boomerangs and mutagenic strength, and like Feel No Pain style scaling includes like fire breathing and like curses and second winds and stuff. That's true. Corruption. Yeah, I don't know if I would consider corruption scaling exactly, but corruption seems like sort of roughly in line with the Feel No Pain plan. I kind of want to play fire breathing before I battle trance, because then I can kill him with the curse. So let's start with that. So yeah, let's talk about exhaust synergies, because it's not actually particularly good exhaust synergies. I think that if you could choose between exhaust synergies and strength scaling, you'd want to choose strength scaling every time. But you don't actually get to choose. The game kind of chooses for you by telling you which cards you get. And exhaust scaling ends up being way, way better in Act 4 than it is in the rest of the game. So like, if you could somehow switch and just have like, for most of the game, you just like start with 4 strength and only play sword boomerangs in the deck, like that would get you through the first 3 acts. And then if you could switch to like having 4 copies of Feel No Pain and like second winds, then that would win you Act 4. But you can't really switch like that, unfortunately. I think we're going to play the Disarm. Let's play the Battle Trance first. Okay, that didn't teach me anything. Immolate! Okay. Spot weakness is good. Do we need spot weakness? We have Demon Form. Sure, yeah. Yeah, if you can bottle a tornado and get a lantern, like you're in Act 4 basically. You need to find a solution to Act 3 bosses, but it's basically the only thing you can't immediately deal with. I don't think we take any of these. We don't need more strength scaling, I don't think. Clash is bad. Yeah, sorry, you're right. You confused me because bottled tornado is like, it's a different relic than the one that bottles immolate. Okay, we have a bunch of money. Let's go to a store. There it is, bottled tornado. I was just talking about you. We have bottled tornado and a demon form. That's ringing some alarm bells. There's also an evolve here. I think we probably want to pick up that. This is a power through. Super, super good. I think we're probably doing all those because we can afford that, but then we're only going to have like 10 gold left or something. Look at the calculator because I have a history of getting this math wrong even when I try to do it right. 268 plus 88 plus 75 is 431. So we would have exactly 10 gold left. Oh my god. This day will live in infamy. I did the math exactly right. Just by estimating. I don't think that's ever happened to me before. Okay, is there any other lines that I should take here? Nunchaku's pretty good. Apotheosis is here. Card remove. There's no curses, right? Not yet. There will be one about halfway through the act. Power through evolved tornado is 431, not 439. Yeah, I know. My calculator said 431. I said I'd have like 10 left, and then I had exactly 10 left. I'm not sure how your You're claiming that I did it wrong. Maybe I said it wrong out loud. But the calculator told me that number that you're saying now. Yeah, let's just do those things. Okay. Follow Tornado, the demon form, buy this, buy that, leave the shop. Okay, question mark. Relic for shame. How much do we care about shame? I think the correct question is how much do we care about losing 1 health when we draw the shame? I mean, I like relics a lot. Relic for shame is like literally the same thing that happens at a chest, except we know what the curse is going to be ahead of time. Alright, give me your money. We've got a maw bank. We could go to this question mark, which would put us into the elite and a fire, which is probably where we want to be. Dodges a hallway fight. Is that worth a wing boots charge just to dodge a hallway fight, basically? There's some pretty darn good Act 2 question marks. Bites, apparitions. I think we'd be particularly happy to see apparitions. We still have all 5 of our original strikes, so I think we'd probably do bites 2. Yeah, let's jump. We gotta use these wing boots somehow. Remove all the curses. This keeps happening to me. I get like 1 curse and then Divine Fountain is like, hey, I heard you got a curse. You come across shimmering water flowing endlessly from a fountain on a nearby wall. Drink. Remove all the curses from your deck. Or leave. Oh, the previous event. Alright, well let's purge our shame. I'm no longer ashamed. As you drink the water, you feel a dark grasp loosen. Thanks, Act 2 question marks. You're the best. I think it's probably going to be Demon Form Power Through. Maybe it's going to be Energy Pot 2 and like some other stuff. Let's Battle Trance. If we get Immolate, we're going to drink the Energy Potion. We did not get Immolate. We might drink the Energy Potion anyway, just to like power through, defend. With the Silent, what are good ways to deal with the heart besides poison scaling? I think it pretty much has to be poison scaling, unfortunately. I guess you could also just like have a lot of block scaling. That's an option. If you have like a bunch of weak and like a way to get like 8+ dex, you can probably block him while you like dash him to death or whatever. But it's going to take some poison with almost all silent decks. Yeah, I think Energy Pot is worth the 14 health here, or 13 health that we get back. Okay. Oof. This turn's tough. I think if you're gonna try and do Shiv Kunai, you probably also need an ornamental fan. Or you need to be playing Watcher. And like, or have Watcher cards that you can have Talk to the Hand. It's kind of messed up that Talk to the Hand is like so good and Silent doesn't have it. I want to play like Fire Breathing, Feel No Pain, Defend, but like that doesn't really do anything. I think the Defend is always getting played. I think the Iron Wave is always getting played. I guess Feel No Pain doesn't do a lot in the deck yet. It's kind of a curse. So I'll just wait on that. Try to kill him with Immolate. Alright, we are vulnerable. Wow, Immolate is bottom decking here. Can we drink the flex pot and kill the red slaver? No. I guess this does 14 and this does, let's see, it would go up to 12 plus 6 is 18. 14 plus 18 is 32 off that one. Right. So we're gonna get Immolate next turn and not be able to play it because we're gonna be netted. This is looking like a loss all of a sudden. Maybe Evolve kills them with their own wounds. Because we have fire breathing up. We've got a couple of wounds. Yeah, if we draw like 6 wounds in a row, we just win on the spot. Okay. And then I think we strike Blue Slaver, so that if we draw 4 wounds, it kills both of the outside ones. We're really unlikely to draw 4 wounds, though. So maybe we should strike Red Slaver and hope to draw 3 wounds. It's more realistic, but less likely to make us actually survive. Okay. Alright. We did take 1 wound. It's not enough. He was at 44, wasn't he? Oh, maybe he took the damage from Thorns, did I? Yeah, we did. Flex pot. Maybe they'll leave me alone because I'm so strong. They did not. Drat. I guess we never scaled our defenses enough. We got a power through and a ghostly armor. It felt like enough. I guess really the problem is we didn't get enough damage, right? Because we didn't kill Red Slaver on like the first turn or two. Honestly, we died because Immolate bottom decked. Immolate was a ton of our damage, and drawing it on the 4th turn of the fight when we were netted was too late. Drat. Yeah, Demon Form is very slow. Demon Form is definitely often too slow. Maybe we were supposed to bottle a different power? What if we'd bottled Fire Breathing? I wanted Demon Form bottled for Act 4, but maybe that was... maybe we shouldn't have been thinking about that yet. Huh. This is sort of an interesting one. Let's go look at the run history and see what we did wrong here. This one. Rather on the silent spectrum volume-wise. I can boost it. Actually, that's not true. Yeah, it's not super quiet. Huh? Is it quieter than normal today? I did turn the music down a while ago because people were complaining it was a little too loud. Let's scooch that up a little bit, see if that's... But maybe that's worse, right? Like maybe that makes it harder to hear me. Okay, so we... You know what? I'd rather just do another run than like look over this one. So let's just do a quick version of this. I do think the Demon Form bottled was too slow. Yeah, it didn't seem like we had access to a lot of AoE. We didn't like skip anything obvious here. Feed could have helped us maybe. Maybe we needed more AoE. Maybe we needed like a cleave.